Well, I'm back up here in the North Cascades again for another weekend. So I decided to do things a little bit differently this time, see if I can give myself more time and reduce my expenses because I'm at a free campground again. So instead of going back to one of the paid campgrounds near where I work, I decided to just come straight up to the North Cascades after work. It was about an hour and a half drive in pitch black dark and it was raining. Probably not the best idea, but it worked out fine. I've kind of learned the layout of the campground well enough. I knew where I was going, and there aren't a lot of cars on the road once you get past about Darrington. I've been wanting to spend more nights at free campgrounds, and most of them are up in the North Cascades, either up here off of Highway 20 or down near Mountain Loop Highway. Also, since we're well into winter now, you do have to be a little bit careful coming up here because of snow and all that. This particular campground is only at, I think, 515 feet, something like that is what I looked at. But I'm very far into the middle of the Cascades here, so it doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot. Also, most of these campgrounds are next to rivers, and so flooding is definitely a concern. The Skagit River here, again, is controlled by a series of hydroelectric dams, so they make very accurate predictions on exactly what level the Skagit River is going to be at, especially up here where it doesn't have a lot of tributaries. We're just downstream of the dams, so not too much to worry about. So also yesterday I was supposed to get the lock to my storage unit in. I had ordered one on Amazon thinking that I could just pick it up after work and I wouldn't have to go track down one at a hardware store or anything like that, and then I could come get the bus today or tomorrow. Instead, Amazon sent me this perfectly flat envelope with absolutely nothing inside, so had to order a new one. It should be here on Friday, which should work fine, but that means that I can't really pick up the bus until Friday. It'll give me a chance to hang out up here and go hiking at some of the lower altitude trails, some of the easier stuff. I don't want to get myself caught up in too much snow at this point. So I just did a little bit of research, and it looks like most of the trails around this area go over 2,500 feet. There's a couple that I've already done up in the New Whalem area, and there's also, of course, the Ross Lake Trail, which I was on last time. Problem is, anything over about 2,500 feet just got about 2 feet of snow over the last day, and I'm not really equipped for that kind of snow, so I'm just gonna head down the road here. So I found a nice trail that leads from the big park over in Rockport, and it follows the river along for a little ways. It should be an interesting hike, and it's low enough in elevation that I'm not likely to encounter any 2 feet of snow. So I'll go check it out. I just want to interrupt this video really quick and show you the shoes that I'm working with while I'm navigating all these puddles. So people don't actually see my shoes on my videos, really ever, but I just wanted to show you what this is. So this is a minimalist shoe that I found on Amazon. It cost about $30. So the reason why I bought it was because I sprained my ankle working as a delivery driver, and I was looking to see what other delivery drivers were using, and found some UPS drivers that recommended these. And they're a minimalist shoe. They offer absolutely no support, basically no cushioning. You can feel the ground beneath you. They're not waterproof, although they do sell waterproof versions, but with this low ankle, I don't think that would be a good idea. And they're extremely light. People ask me about my shoes all the time because they look a little bit different. These look like normal shoes. They fit like slippers. The lacing here actually doesn't really do much of anything. It's mostly just for looks, so it looks like a normal shoe, so you don't, get kicked out of restaurants or something like that. They've held up really well. This shoe is just 6 months old, and it's starting to show some signs of wear right here on the tread, but that's about it. And considering how many miles I walk a day, I'm pretty happy with them. The only downside is when you're going through mud and snow. So that tread pattern doesn't really do anything in the snow and ice. And in mud, you're going to get your feet wet. I definitely would prefer to have a second pair of shoes, some hiking boots. I actually used to have a pair, but I wore out my hiking boots as a delivery driver as well. So for right now, I'm just stuck with these. So I should give you a little bit better understanding of what I'm dealing with walking through all those mud puddles. I'll put a link down in the description below to those in case you're interested in checking them out. They're really inexpensive. I know they are kind of a Chinese knockoff of Zero shoes, but I definitely recommend them. Something tells me that this trail isn't going to be here a whole lot longer. The next big flood, and it's likely to just fall into the river. Well, the trip back was relatively uneventful. I think the puddles in some areas may have gotten a little bit larger, but aside from that, nothing too exciting. My feet are definitely wet now, but they'll soon dry off. I've found that turning on the heater in the car so that's blowing on my feet, it tends to dry them off extremely fast. These shoes dry out really fast anyways. Well, I think it's time to get some fuel, and then I'm gonna just head back up towards camp probably. I have about 2.5 hours until sunset, maybe a little bit less just because I'm in the mountains. So I might take a few detours on the way back and we'll see what's out there. I am just up here in New Whalem looking at mountains and stuff. So I'm gonna head back to the campground now. It's a little bit early, but I want to get my supper cooked before dark while it's warm enough that my stove works properly. So I'll see you on the next video. Just remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you later.